everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maura and I'm a physical therapist and certified yoga teacher. Today I'll be sharing a hands-free yoga practice. So if you're dealing with any hand or wrist issues and would like to keep the pressure off this area, give this practice a try. There will be some weight bearing through the forearms and the elbows and shoulders, but there won't be any downward facing dogs or other poses that place a lot of strain through the wrist and the hand. As always, please make sure that it is safe for you to be practicing yoga and that you are utilizing props and variations to tailor poses to what feels good for your body. You are always welcome to use a variation or skip something that doesn't work for you. Be sure and check the description box below for more helpful resources and injury prevention tips. So for today's practice, let's get started on our backs. So when you come down to your back, we're going to start by inhaling the right leg in and just gently maybe taking some hip circles here. And then carry that leg across your body to a supine twist. And your next inhale, carry that leg over back to the middle and just extend it back out next to the left. And go ahead and draw that left knee in toward the chest. Maybe taking some circles here, some gentle movements to open up the hip. And then when you're ready, carry that knee across the body into a spinal twist on the other side. Just gently warming up at the beginning of your practice. Try and keep that opposite shoulder grounded if you can. Gently unwind your twist. Bend both knees, placing the soles of the feet flat on the floor. Not too far away from you and not too close. Going into some bridge pose, and you can place your hands anywhere you like. If you'd like to keep them on the mat, if that doesn't aggravate your hand or wrist issue, that's fine. Otherwise, you can just rest them on your belly, or you can hold them overhead like this. We're coming into bridge pose, so squeeze the glutes and press through the heel to lift the hips. Continue breathing here. And then roll down one vertebrae at a time, back to the mat. And when your hips reach the mat, just gently bring both knees in toward the chest, maybe rocking side to side. You can lightly touch your knees or your legs with your hands if that doesn't aggravate anything. And then we're going to roll up. You can come up any way that's comfortable for you, but if you like to challenge your core, start in a fully extended position here. And then we're going to roll up similar to a Pilates roll up, one link at a time on the chain. Raise your hands toward the ceiling, and then you're going to tuck your chin and lift your head, slowly pulling yourself up. And when you get fully upright, reach toward the ceiling, extending from the crown, and then exhale, forward fold. Release back up, and we're going to make our way into puppy pose. So not Really, you don't have to come into a tabletop position unless that's comfortable, but we're gonna bring the forearms down on the mat and then rest the forehead and melt the chest down toward the mat. Just gently resting the hands and the forearms down. And then lift your head and keeping your forearms down on the mat, coming down to your belly and into Sphinx. Notice I'm keeping my wrists and hands off the mat so that there's no pressure going through there. Tops of the feet are gently pressing into the mat, and then a slight squeeze of the shoulder blades as you lift up and pull the heart, opening the front of the body toward the front of the mat. And from here, we're gonna come into dolphin, sort of as a substitute for downward facing dog. If this doesn't sound like something you wanna do, just go ahead and take a child's pose for this pose. And if you're coming into dolphin, place your forearms on the mat, and then you can bring your hands together if you'd like, or you can keep them flat on the mat. And we're gonna come up to a tabletop on our elbows, and then we're gonna tuck the toes and send the hips high. Same thing with downward facing dog. If you'd like to elongate the spine a little bit more to accommodate for some hamstring tightness, go ahead and bend the knees deeply. Otherwise, you can pedal the feet if you'd like to target the calves. Lots of options here. Dolphin is an intense shoulder strengthening pose as well. And then exhale, knees to the mat. And just give your arms a little shake here. Now we're going to come up to mountain. You can stand up any way you like, but if you'd like to give yourself a challenge without hands, come up to a tall kneeling position and then bring one leg in front, maybe tucking the back toes, and lift yourself up. It's always beneficial to know and have the strength to be able to stand up and sit down without using your hands. So come to the top of your mat, feet about hip width distance apart, palms facing forward, and just take a few deep breaths here in your mountain pose, pressing through all four corners of the feet, taking stock of how you feel, noticing any areas of discomfort, maybe trying to upright your posture as much as you can here. And shifting the weight into the right foot, we're gonna step back with the left into a high lunge. Maybe the back knee bends a little bit, whatever's most comfortable for you, and then inhale up into high lunge. Just avoid overextending the lower back. Everything has a nice engagement. And your next exhale, rotate into a twist toward the front leg, and just be careful that that knee doesn't collapse inward or outward as you do this. And you can always bring the hands to heart center or just clasp them here if that's uncomfortable for the shoulders. You're still getting the benefit of the twist. Unwind coming through center. Release the hands down. We're gonna come into warrior three, shifting the weight into the front leg, engaging both legs, pressing through the back heel, keeping that hip down, not opening it up. You can take any arm variations that you'd like here. Maybe you'd like to reach out in front for more challenge. And then inhale to stand, placing your feet about hip width distance apart or big toes touching, whatever your preference is, to sink down into your chair pose. Weight in the heels. And then release into your forward fold. And take a few deep breaths here. Bend the knees, roll back up into mountain. 3 deep breaths. Maybe giving the blood a chance to make its way back up to your head. And setting up for the second side, this time shifting the weight into the left foot. Step the right foot back to high lunge. Inhale up nice and tall. And then open up your twist toward the front leg, being mindful of the alignment in that front knee. Inhale back through center. Hands down, shifting the weight into the front foot, coming up into warrior 3. And keeping those hips nice and aligned here, pressing strongly through both feet, even though this one's not on the ground. And then inhale to stand and set your feet up so that you can comfortably sink down into chair. And release into your forward fold. Bend the knees and roll up to mountain. 3 deep breaths here. And shifting the weight into the right foot, we're going to take the left foot back and turn the toes open toward the long edge of the mat, coming into warrior 2. Again, being mindful of that front knee, not allowing it to drift inward or outward. Nice and strong, pressing through both feet. And then inhale up, reverse warrior. Gazing wherever is comfortable for your neck. Exhale, release the elbow down to the front knee and reach the opposite arm up for extended side angle, wrapping that top pinky down. Inhale, sweep yourself back up to warrior 2. And we're just going to step to the top of the mat and release into a forward fold. to mountain. And we'll get ready to do that sequence on the other side. Weight in the left foot this time. Take that right foot, step it back, and open the toes more toward the long edge of the mat, lifting up for warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Still being mindful of the alignment in that front knee. When you take your eyes off of it, it can get more difficult. Exhale, elbow down to front leg. Reach that opposite arm up, extended side angle. Inhale, back up through warrior two, and then step to the top of your mat. Release, forward fold. Roll up to mountain. Now we're going to come back down to the mat. You can come down any way you like, but if you'd like to challenge your balance again, you can step back with one leg and lower down, and then come to high kneel and sit down. So before we come back down to our backs, we're going to do a little bit of core strengthening with boat pose. So with your feet flat on the floor, sit up nice and tall, and then start to rock your pelvis back a little bit off of your sits bones until you feel like you can float your feet up off of the mat using your core strength. Try and keep your connection to your breathing. Don't hold your breath here. If you're feeling strong, you can extend your legs or extend your arms. It's up to you. And release, lower your legs down, and just come into an easy seat. And we'll take a twist here, inhaling up, and then exhale, twist to the right. Unwind back through center, and exhale, twist to the left. Unwind your twist and bring your legs out in front of you, and if you'd like to take that roll up in reverse, slowly lowering yourself down to the mat, you can do that now. Bringing the arms out in front of you, pull your abdominals in and lean back until you feel them start to catch. And then your legs will drag a little bit as you slowly lower yourself down, one vertebrae at a time. And once you get here, take any last little movements or props that you need to be fully comfortable in Shavasana, your final resting pose. We'll be here for about a minute or so. It's a very important pose not to skip. ready, gently open your eyes. Take your time in any way that's comfortable, pressing yourself back up to a seated position. And we'll take one last deep inhale and exhale. Thank you so much for joining me for this hands-free yoga practice. I hope you found it helpful and that you're feeling better soon. If you're looking for more body part specific themed practices, check out this playlist that I have popping up right here. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe if you like this content. It really does help my channel and help to support accessible yoga on the internet. See you next time.